Hey everybody, my name is Mark Ludwig and I'm a resident and a local real estate professional in the greater Dayton area in Southwest Ohio. I'm bringing you this video today to discuss 5 great reasons to live in Dayton, Ohio. I know I called it the 5 best reasons, but that's really a matter of opinion, and there are so many reasons that make this place a great place to live. So we're going to discuss a few of them today that I think you're going to be looking at if you're relocating to the area. These are going to be important things to consider no matter where you're going. So let's talk about what Dayton has to offer for you as a new resident of the area. I'm going to start this list from 5 and work my way to 1. That doesn't mean that 5 is less important than number 1. It's just the way I'm going to do it today. But number 2 and number 1 are going to be key essential things that you're going to be looking at anywhere. The other 3 are kind of just some cool stuff about the area. So let's jump into it. All right, so reason number 5 on our list today is going to be Dayton's location relative to other major cities. So Dayton itself, it's not a huge city. It certainly has all the amenities to find those big city feels, but if you're coming from a New York or a Dallas and relocating to Dayton, it's going to be hard to find that same feeling. However, Dayton's location on a map, if you look at it, we're on the crossroads of the country. Interstate 70 and 75 run right through Dayton. So an easy hop on the interstate, you can be in Cincinnati in 45 minutes, you can be over in Columbus in about an hour and 15 minutes, Indianapolis within 2 hours, Louisville's a short drive away, Cleveland's about 3.5 hours, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you're looking at 4 hours. Chicago or Nashville are gonna be easy long weekend trips to make. Its location make it really convenient if you're looking for those big city feels, but you don't want that big city living all the time. Another thing I want to mention is Dayton International Airport. It's got to be the easiest airport in the world to travel through. My wife and I and our kids can get to the economy lot an hour and 15 minutes before our flight takes off, grab the shuttle over to the terminal, get through security, grab ourselves a cup of coffee and still be at the gate with plenty of time to catch our flight. There's so many fun weekend trips to be had around the Dayton area, so that location of Dayton on the map just makes it super convenient to get around. Reason number 4 on the list today is going to be Dayton's outdoor recreation opportunities. So Dayton, Ohio, it's got 330 miles of bike trails, and that's growing every year. One of the largest networks in the country. It also offers hiking opportunities, boating opportunities, kayaking on the Great Miami River, a bunch of local farms to get out and see, get the kids outdoors to check out the animals. 5 Rivers Metro Parks in the area. I don't think you can drive 15 minutes down the road without passing one. If you're a big hiker, there's plenty of day trails that are easy novice to intermediate level hiking trails to go check out in the area. If you're looking for something like Mount Katahdin at the start of the Appalachian Trail, you're probably not gonna find that in Dayton, but a few short hours away, you can check out Hocking Hills or the Red River Gorge to get that fix on that. Boating at Caesars Creek or Indian Lake's always a fun time. Outdoor recreation, which is big for me, I love being outdoors, is one of the large draws for the Dayton area. So coming in at number 3 on this list, we're going to talk about Dayton's history and how that ties into the cultural and art scenes in the area. So if you don't know, Ohio's the birthplace of aviation. Well, the Wright brothers are from the Dayton area here. A lot of their research and studies happened in Dayton before they took off to North Carolina to fly their planes. Still to this day, aviation is a huge part of the Dayton economic structure. We'll talk about it a little bit later. There's a lot of cool things to see with planes and aviation in the aerospace sector of things. The United States Air Force Museum is here. That's a cool place. My older daughter and I have been there a few times to check it out. So if you're an aviation enthusiast, you're really going to enjoy the area. All over the city, you can see how the history progressed here of aviation. A lot of athletes, actors, and artists have come from the area too for being such a small metropolitan area. It's kind of cool to see some of the names that have came out of the area. Also, in the early 1900s, Dayton was the patent capital of the United States. There were more patents per capita coming out of Dayton than anywhere else in the United States. One of my favorite snacks, the Cheez-Its, was founded here in the Dayton area. It's just another cool fact. In Dayton, it's really easy to be able to find some local artists, some local musicians playing on a Friday night all across the city. Check out places like the Schuster Center with the Dayton Philharmonic Orchestra, along with other national associations that come in there throughout the year. The Dayton Art Institute is a cool place to spend some time at. Get down into the Oregon District and check out some of the shops, some of the history that they've got down in that area. multiple amphitheaters around the city. You can check out live local music, as well as some nationally known artists that come through on tours. The city of Dayton's went to great lengths in recent years to bring back some of that history in downtown, revitalizing old buildings to their former glory days. Some place like the Dayton Arcade, it's cool to go down there. They've tried to preserve as much of the history as possible there, but bring it back to be a functional space here in the 21st century. There's so much history to be learned about Dayton. Really a cool thing on the list, something to look into if you're looking to relocate to the area. I'm sure you'll find some interesting stuff. Okay, so the first 3 things on this list were just some cool facts about the area, some perks of living in the area, things to do when you get here to keep you busy. The last 2 points on this list are the meat and potatoes of the video. They could very well be the reasons that you're coming to the Dayton area in the first place. All right, so moving on to number 2 in this list, we're gonna talk about the job opportunities available for you in Dayton, Ohio. What are you gonna do to make a living once you get here? And we're gonna start off this section with Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. The largest employer, single-site employer in Ohio is Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. It's where a lot of this aviation innovation is still happening today with the Air Force Research Lab. A lot of defense sector contract work happens out of the Dayton Air Force Base. And of course, you military folk that are PCS into the area, you'll become very familiar with the 12.5 square mile base there just outside of the Dayton city limits. Looking at a couple other big employers in the area, we can talk about the 2 area hospitals with Premier Health and Kettering Health Network being the 2nd and 3rd largest employers in the area respectively. Their standalone ERs popping up all over the place, so of course they have to staff those locations. Also, some of the esteemed local colleges in the area offer opportunities as they're attracting students from all over the world. Some other fields that are going to be an integral part of the Dayton economic structure are going to be the manufacturing fields and the distribution fields. With Dayton's location being right on the 70-75 interchange, the crossroads of America, it just makes it an ideal location for those industries. So if you have warehouse experience, manufacturing experience, if you're a truck driver, there are plenty of opportunities here in Dayton for you to make a living. So there you have it. Aviation industry, aerospace industry, the defense sector, healthcare and education, manufacturing and distribution, plenty of opportunities to be had here in Dayton. Now I'm sure you're wondering what kind of income you can expect to make in Dayton, Ohio, and that's really gonna depend on the field that you work in. The number that I have for you today is gonna be the median household income for the area, and it's gonna sit right around $67,000, and that's a great segue into the final point on this list, and that's gonna be the affordable cost of living. Now, across the board, Dayton is below the national average, whether we're talking about groceries or transportation or monthly utilities. The big thing here we're going to talk about is housing. Now, housing costs in the Dayton metropolitan area run significantly lower than the national average. If you're looking for, say, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with 1,800 square feet, it's going to cost you around $240,000 to $250,000, compared to a national average that's closer to about $360,000. The housing market's still strong in the area. We've got boots on the ground every day, helping people just like you get into their new home. Okay, so there you have it. My list of the 5 best reasons to live in Dayton, Ohio. Love to hear your feedback down below. Let me know what you agreed with in the video, maybe some things you'd like to see added to the list. If you found any value in this video, a like and a subscription really helps me grow the channel so that I can help as many of you as possible. And if you are relocating to the area and you'd like to chat, find my email down below, or a quick Google search for Mark Ludwig with Coldwell Banker will pull up all my contact information. Thanks for hanging out today. We'll see you next time.